Each summer, thousands of rock climbers flock to Boulder to climb the Flatirons. But how many reach the top after spending all day exposed on a hot, barren rock, wishing that they had just brought along some water? Hikers have specialized camelbacks. Runners have water bottles that secure to the hand. Cyclists have bottles that clip onto the frame of their bike. And football players have timeouts and human water squirters. But in a sport where ease of mobility can be the difference between life and death, and there exists no such thing as a timeout, an efficient method of transporting water has yet to be developed. So why is it so vital for climbers to be able to carry their own water? Well, let's say Bob and Susie want to climb a 1,000-foot rock wall. They only have 200 feet of rope, so they have to divide the climb into several pitches. This type of multi-pitch climbing can easily be an all-day endeavor, and under the hot sun, even a rock climbing camel would be wanting water.
So I don't usually like carrying water while I'm rock climbing because it's a pretty big hassle, so I usually chug a bunch of water before I climb. When you're doing single pitch routes, which means every time you do one pitch you come back to the ground, you can keep water on the ground and it's not a problem really. But when you're doing multi-pitch routes, sometimes it can take hours and hours and hours, so you want to bring up water with you as you go. And you can either take it up in a backpack, or if you have the right gear, you can clip a carabiner to your harness and put an Nalgene on it. I usually don't like taking a backpack, and I don't like clipping things to my harness, so I usually do neither. I was on a big multi-pitch route one time in Frisco, and I basically called the climb and started rappelling down because I didn't bring any water, and I was so dehydrated and cranky, I just left.
It's just extra weight. Water weighs a lot, so especially if you're climbing for multiple hours, you have to carry a lot of water, and all that weight on your waist definitely get in the way. Yeah, so backpacks they're nice when you're climbing on easy ground. If you're confident you're not going to fall, it doesn't matter if you have a heavy backpack with water, clothing, maybe some food. But the second you start climbing kind of towards your max ability, it's pretty cumbersome to wear a backpack, and most climbers choose not to if they're climbing.
Kind of puts your body in touch with the ground, and I like feeling all the rocks and everything, and having a backpack kind of takes me out of that experience a little bit. I feel like if it could go somewhere on a harness where it's not a 2 or 4 pound weight just banging against you every time you move, that would be helpful, or some kind of strap system that didn't feel as heavy as a backpack and didn't mess with your movement.
Yeah, I'd say if you're climbing, you just clip like an Nalgene to your harness. It'll tend to move around a lot, so maybe a device that is kind of constricted so it's not just flopping around when you're climbing would be good.
So to sum it all up, there currently exists 3 primary methods of transporting water while rock climbing. Climbers either attach a Nalgene or other such water bottle to their harness, carry a camelback, or simply go without water for the day. Via our user interviews, we have concluded that the design requirements for our project must include an ergonomic weight distribution, a secure transport method, and most importantly, it must be lightweight.